Make money through real estate without owning a property. It's very possible. You ask me, how can this be possible? Let me explain. Number one, you can decide to become a property agent. And before you become a property agent, you should understand how the sharing of commission works. There's something that is called the legal fee and the agency. Now, when you collect a 10%, 5% is for the legal fee, while 5% is for the agency. And now some people make this mistake of wanting to have it all to themselves. No, it's wrong. Except that the person buying the property or the person who is about to live in the property is paying a 15% agency. That is when you now break it down to 5% legal and 5% and 10% agency for the sharing. So you should also always factor the fact that a lawyer will have to prepare the legal fee, the legal document. So the lawyer needs to be paid. So I'll be explaining this for you so that you understand. And now, if you want to become a property agent you are not somebody that is into property, or you do not study it as a course, now you are going to ensure that you know the difference in buying of a property. In buying of a property, you are supposed to collect 10%. And in buying of a property, you are supposed to collect 5%. In renting of a property, you are supposed to collect 10%, so that you don't mix it up, because a lot of people don't know the difference. Now, if you get to any place, any house or estate, you see this on this property, contact, that property is for sale, and they don't want people to know. That's why they write on this property. But if you see the one they write to let, that's the one that is for rent. So any property you see, they say on this property, contact so person, just know that that house or property is for sale. Now, remember that you need integrity to enter the next one point I'm talking about. If you want to go into real estate and make money without owning a property, you can also get people who trust you to pull money together collectively for you to purchase a land. And how do you get this land? You need to go to a government established organization that is in charge of selling lands to buy this land. And please, before you buy any land from anybody, or if the government is not the one allocating this land and you want to buy land from anybody, ensure you do the due diligence by going for what we call search. Search is a process where you go to find out. There's something they call window search and the actual search. The window search, you go with the document and the plot number, and you go to either AG's, AMAC, or any of this organization in charge of properties for the government. They will now put in the number into the system to find out if this land is free of any encumbrances or anything of sort, is not in dispute. Now they will now let you know, yes. Then by the time you are able to do the window search, you now come back to do the actual search, where you now pay a certain amount of money depending on the kind of agency you went to. They'll do the search. And please always find out the necessary agency, so that you don't go to the wrong agency to do a search, because you have to pay again. So when these agencies do this search for you, you now go back and deal with whosoever is buying the property, the land. So now, another way you can make money from property without owning one, you can get certified surveyors who will also come to that land and survey the land, and you divide the land according to the people who are giving you this monies, because remember that you are working with integrity. Another good thing you need to do is that you can get a prototype building, where you put it by the gate you create a banner by the land, so that anybody who bought that land, the piece of that land, the person will build according to that estate, and the way the estate will be inside. They can change it as they want, but remember that you do not pay money for all these things. Now, another thing, this is very common in Abuja, and I'm telling you for free, and it works always. Another thing is how to make money from property without owning your own. Is now, because you have built you have bought that land with trust, and people have invested in it, and you have built the first estate, even when you've not even finished building. As far as you do a prototype of the building and keep it on a billboard close to the land, banks will trust you enough. Another way is for you to become a property owner with property, make money from property without owning one, you can approach the banks. And I tell you, when you approach the banks and they are able to come see the building on ground, they'll be ready to release another money for you. Now, when these banks release this money, please don't be greedy. Don't use it to do anything other than executing the reason why you collected that loan. Now you go back to the government, get another land, and now you decide to build for the people. But if they refuse, you can still do it like you did the first one. You give out the lands for like maybe 350 square meters, maybe for 1 million, for 2 million, for 3 million, depending on how much the land itself cost. Now you also decide to partner. You can also, as a that somebody who do not have property, you can, to make money, you can also decide to go to big companies, big property companies who have estate, to market their properties for sale and all of that, and they will give you commission. Like now, if you sell a terrace apartment for 150 million, imagine how much you are going to make. So you are making money without even owning a property. Another thing is that you can go to a construction site to ask if you could supply building materials, and this is when affiliate marketing comes in that building materials. You discover that you do not have the building materials, but you speak to those who are selling, who will trust you enough to give to you to supply, and by the time you supply, people, you now pay them when these people pay you. But please keep to your word. Another thing is, you can find friends that will come together and pull together 2 to 3 million. You buy a piece of land, you all share and build. And by the time you build, all these things, you are building your own profile as a property or a real estate person. Remember that you did not start with money. So now you are on your own. You are gradually becoming a real estate person. And by that way, people will keep trusting you to build more estates for them, and also other things. Another thing is, you can also make money through property by recruiting cleaners, people who will be cleaning a different estates, and by that they will pay you. Like, for example, if they are supposed to pay you for, like, let's say for four cleaners, and you are able to give them these 4 cleaners, and each cleaner get a salary of 30,000. Now you are going to collect 10,000 and pay them 20,000. What have you done? You have made money from property without owning one. Another thing here is that you can get beautiful apartments. Speak to the owner of the property, explain to the property owner what you want to do, and do what we call subletting. Most landlords do not like subletting because of the way they mess up the whole building, spoil the house for them. But there are some people that, if they know that you have a trajectory record, like you have a record of doing well, they will not say no, but they will ask you to do well. Another fear landlords have is that when they ask people to vacate the premises, it's usually difficult because you have multiple people subletting and living there who do not have. But it's actually easier in the law, because except that you have asked the landlord before doing it, it's usually really easier to evacuate people, or rather eject people from a building. That's if they have not gotten consent from the landlord. But if they have gotten consent from the landlord will want to know if you will be able to ask the people to leave when it's time for him to take over his property. So by this, I have said it's enough for you to know that you can go into property business without having or owning any property, and you still make money from it. You can also have valuers, people who are professional valuers, people who are into properties, like you have them that's on hand, so that, like, have them on your profile, so that whenever you have jobs, you just come together, get quantity surveyors, you get property valuers, you get surveyors, so that's just ensure that you get people in this property business. You have people who can do different things, so that when you get a job, you can do it together and share profit, right? Because in this life, it's good to leverage on people. You don't just go out there thinking that you cannot make money. So when you watch this video, you'll see that you cannot really tell people that you are broke, because when you go out, there are opportunities everywhere. So use these opportunities well. And thank you so much for watching this video to this point. If this video blessed your heart, please give this video a like, a share, and subscribe to our channel. Please subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys in our next one. Bye.